Good morning, everyone. Do you see my screen, Professor?
Yes, I can see it, but put it on presentation mode.
Okay. My name is Yahya Daile. My senior projects focus on design and implementation cross-platform online service. So I'm going to cover on this presentation, introduction, motivation, system requirements, user case diagram, initial class diagram, and the sequential diagram. And
Ellie,
yes.
something is blocking your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like a WebEx, something you open there.
Okay. What about now?
No, it's still there. Move your mouse around. Move your mouse. Okay, there's somewhere you open. Okay, move the mouse to the right hand side and close that box. Move the mouse to the right hand side. Look for the X.
Okay.
Somewhere there, there's something. Okay, that box too. Close that box. Your mouse is on.
What about now?
No, it's a WebEx box. There's something there like X, or move it away from there.
Still there, Professor?
It's there. It's blocking your screen. Okay, it's gone. Yes, you can continue.
Okay. So I'm going to cover on introduction, motivation.
Ellie, you're back again. The same thing happened.
Okay.
Okay, it's gone now. Then there is a place you can click on for presentation mode. Look at presentation. Okay, click that box, yes.
So,
No, come down. There's this funnel here. Put your mouse at that place. Click on that. No, you gone from there. Okay.
so on this project, I'm going to cover on introduction, motivation, background, and system requirement, user diagram, initial case diagram, project goals, related systems, and project overview. Also, I'm going to cover my implementation, which code I use, the system I use, and the screenshot of the Flutter app. And I'm going to cover on the conclusion and findings of the future and the future work. Okay. Motivation for this project is growing demand and the future indicate our life connected online. The other motivation for me, it helps connect consumer and supplier to exchange goods more efficiently. And I want to give back to my community what I learned. And also I want to implement what I learned in school. The background for this project. I explained in above motivation for this senior project. I want to create online shopping application for consumer and supplier to buy and sell products. The last few months, I tried to develop some preliminary design, storyboard, user case, diagram, and general prototype. During this time, I was able to create shell program from which I could develop my ideal application. So there is system requirement which my app should perform. So the first one is the system shall provide user ability to sign in. The second requirement, the user shall provide the ability to create an account or to register. The third requirement,
sorry for interrupting you. You are not moving your slide. The slide is still showing the first one. It's able to go to the next one. It's still showing the first slide.
Okay.
Okay. Come down. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now it's moving. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not yet on presentation mode. Okay, click on that. Yes, click on that. Click on it.
Yeah, still.
Okay, if it doesn't show you can leave it that way. If it's not going to be a problem. Okay, go back to slide 2. Second slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you see my slide?
Yes, we can see. Then click the presentation. Okay, very good.
Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna begin here. So for this project, I'm gonna include introduction, system requirement, project goal, related system, project overview, implementation, system screenshots, conclusion. In conclusion, I'm gonna include finding and future workers. Okay. For motivation for this project, growing demand for online shopping. The future indicates our life connected to online. Everything is connected to the internet. So that's the other motivation for me. And the third one is it helps connect consumer and supplier to exchange goods more efficiently. I want to give back to my community. The last one is implement what I learned in school. The background, I explained in above motivation for this senior project. I want to create online shopping application for consumer and supplier to buy and sell products. The last few months, I tried to develop some preliminary design, storyboard, user case diagrams, class diagrams, and general prototype. During this time, I was able to create a shell program for which I could develop the ideal application. The system requirement. So the system shall provide the user ability to sign in. The system shall provide the user ability to create an account. The system shall provide a place to display the items. The system shall provide the place to display items, individual item information. Also, the system shall provide a place to display the home page, the item page. The system shall provide the place to display searching page and saving page. The system also provide display the cart. This one is my user case diagram. So I see the customer, if he was used this application before, he can log in using his information. but if he is a new customer, he can register. After he created the account, he can log in. After he log in, he can see the landing page. After that, he go to the home page, and then the item page. He can add to the cart and check out or save for later use. This one is sequential diagram. So the user, he gonna open the app, then request the homepage data using API, then get that data from the database. Then the database is gonna return the data. So you're gonna select login or register, request the login page, then he gets return data from the database. If you choose the register, you can pass the data and save it on the database. After that, he can log in. He check he put the information, his email address or password, and I use Firebase for authentication. So the database is going to validate the data and return the data. So it said to login. This one is my sequential diagram. This one is the class diagram I use. So I use Flutter app development. So I use the material app development. So the first function is landing page. The landing page have the login page and the home page. Also, there is a login page. So it takes a text field. There is two text fields. The two text fields, one is for email, the other one is for password. Then there is a registration button too. So there is also another page for registration. So there is registration form. It also has the for email and the password and the submit button. So there is a home page. The home page have the page view, the home tab, the searching tab, the saving, and the bottom tab have all the icon from the home, the search and the logout icon. Also have the item page. It also have text fields and action bar. There is a home tab. The home tab is connecting the item page, the button page, and the action bar. There is also saving tab. This one is to save the items. And there is also the searching tab. This one is my class diagram. This is how the data flow, the information flow, how they connect, as is on the arrow. So my project goal is, the first goal of this project is to research and learn more about building a software application. So for this software application, I use Agile methodology. So as you see on the last slide, I use the system requirements, user diagram. So, and I implement the Agile methodology for the first part. My second goal was to create a basic online shopping application that accomplished my goal. You can see my motivation on the third slide. My ultimate hope to implement login page, registration page, landing page, and home page, item page, individual item page that include information about the product. There is action page, button page, which have all the icon I use. And there's cart page, search page, and save it page also. I also aim to connect this application to Firebase as a backend for storage and authentication in order to save the user login data and seller item information. For this app, there is a related systems. One is Amazon, the other is eBay, there is Estate, and Spotify, Shopify. So My project overview, this project can be broken into two stages: the research part, which is I did on senior project 1, and the development part, which is I did on this senior project 2. Implementation. First, I decided to utilize Flutter cross-platform using Dart programming language to create cross-platform application. I made a basic shell application with Flutter for front end and Firebase. I use Firebase for back end and authentication. I additionally plan to use Google Cloud Platform to use Google Material Design Component to help build the application easily. This is the user interface. So the app should look like this. This one is the home page. This one is the item page, individual item page after I selected, and I can add it to the cart, or I can choose the size and the description of the product. For this one, speaker, and the price of the product. And this one is the cart. After I select, I can show the price, the product, the size, and the item. So there is 3 items on the cart. Conclusion. Findings. This senior project is a great learning experience. I was able to explore how to develop an application and how to implement application using Flutter and Firebase. In the process, I learned so many useful tools to do this project, from front end using Flutter to back end using Firebase, designing a user interface, use case diagram, use class diagram, so on. I learned to implement application for Android from one source code file and deploy at the same time. So the good thing about Flutter is you can use only one source code. You can implement it on Android, iOS, or website. I'm proud for how far my skill have come with the tool in such short amount of time. I found Flutter provide more flexibility overall as I was building this for iOS Android app using async code base. It is easier to develop. This is also continuing my findings. It is easier to develop the Flutter using Dart programming language than Java. I have experience with Java to develop Android apps, but Flutter make it easier to develop. So I find it more flexible. It's more flexible to use Flutter to connect to Firebase for backend, since both Google developer tools work great together. I did use user case diagram, storyboard, initial case diagram, user interface prototype, and code prototype. During this time, I was able to create a shell program from which we could develop this ideal application. I would like to thank Professor Oloni, my advisor, for supporting the development of this project application over the past months at the ADC. I learned how effective research and develop an application. Future work. In the future, I will continue to improve certain aspects of this application, as well as few features. This include checkout, page, or payment system. It allows users to be able to make payment, and fully integrated and functional both for buyer and seller, and hope to deploy this application for Android and iOS application store, respectively. And all my resources, I use documentation for programming, for Flutter documentation, Firebase documentation, diagram.net for user interface, and I use also London App Library for further reference. And That's the end. Thank you.
Okay, any question?
And I can show you the app, how it works.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you see my emulator?
You move to bring it to the center. It's at the extreme right hand side.
What about?
Okay, very good.
Okay. So that look like this. So I can register. So this is, I can create the account. So I can log in. So this is the home page. It's a little bit slow. So as you see, the cart is 0. There is no nothing here. There is no an answer. So let me choose this one. The picture is not coming. It's still loading. So this is the individual item. So I can choose the size. So it's coming now, the picture, okay. So I can add it to my cart. So as you see, the cart is changing to 1. I can move this one too. Okay, let's see the carton. It's slow. It's coming. So I can add the item here. So I can go back. I can move. You can add several picture. If you see on the Amado, you can see the back of the products, but I only have this one at the placeholder. So I only have one picture, but I can move it around. So there is the price, there is the description of the product, and there is the adding. I can add another product too, if I go back. The picture is still loading, so I have several pictures here, that's why it's slow. So maybe let me add this one. This one, Coca-Cola. There is the price, there is the product. Maybe let me choose the small one. And I can add it to the cart. So as you see, the product, the cart is changing to number 2. If I go to the cart, you can see there is Coca-Cola. It's coming. So yeah, the picture is coming. So there is a logout. I can log out. And
okay, before you log out, if I want to delete the first one, the speaker, if I want to remove the speaker, maybe I change my mind.
Okay, I can go to the backend and I can remove.
No, I mean the user, like you're trying to shop online and you change your mind. So can your app do that?
Oh, right here? No, it's still working on the other one, but I can move it from the admin part.
It's okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Do you want a backend or?
No, I want the front end. I want like I'm a shopper and I changed my mind, so I want to remove speaker from my cart.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one, but I can move it from the administration part, the backend.
It's okay. It's okay. You can keep working
So,
on it.
do you see my Firebase or that's fine?
It's okay. You can stop sharing.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Or any other
Okay,
question before it goes?
Can I ask one question here?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Antenna. Hi, Haile, and
How you doing,
Dr.
Professor?
Olabuni. This is a very good project, but there are still works to be done there. But just one quick question there from the security perspective, from the authentication side. You're just only using it's just kind of advice, but I'm not kind of question. In fact, you just put only username and password there, and you just get into there. But as you know that your mobile device are a huge threat vectors there, so you need to take the utmost possible care when you just go out and design this kind of software. So I am strongly advising you, at least, even if that's also currently very kind of there is a kind of vulnerabilities, two-factor authentication is that should be there. Whenever somebody just go ahead and do it, that might be a very, very good, especially when somebody just puts something on the cart and he try to go back and access those items that you put on cart, maybe that makes it more secure. So I want you to think about that when you just go ahead and do the future work.
Okay, I will do that, but I use Firebase. It's there, but I never use it. That's why I didn't put it on this system. But thank you, Professor.
All right.